Right, everyone. What's up? We're here with another Champions League Tuesday, and we see today we have a few nice matchups. In my opinion, probably the most attractive matchup that we're going to see today is Arsenal versus PSG, which should be a good game. Probably the best matchup, maybe of even the week. But as of today, I think that is probably the best matchup. Probably the game that I'll probably be watching the most. Compared to like Barca, I think Barca's playing young boys. Yeah, Barca's playing young boys. Um, and then Manchester City is also playing, but obviously those aren't big games. But let's go ahead and get right to it. As you see, some right here, some of the most popular picks that people are taking right here are Barcola from Sparta, Harris Lean against Stuttgart, obviously, and then obviously Yamal is a prop right here. Manchester City with Haaland and Ruben Diaz is always a big, takes, especially if they're playing, a team that's not as good as them. But as you see right here, 108 passes attempted is the line for Ruben Diaz. It's kind of hard to gauge. Obviously, you always believe that someone's going to play the full game. Ruben Diaz, if he plays the full game, maybe even if he doesn't, just for the fact that it's Manchester City and that is their game plan, and that's how they play. They just keep the ball away from the opponent, especially teams they've never played before. So, for example, like when they play like Arsenal, Liverpool, teams that kind of know the strategies, they have ways to take the ball away from Man City. But in this case, I like the over on 108.5 passes attempted. As you see, but even against Arsenal, he had 123. That was the only game he had over 100 passes from these last five games. But I do like the over. Like I said, it's a team that's not at the level of Manchester City, so I do like the over on this one. Again, assuming he plays the full game. Barcola right here, 1.5 shots, and I'm not entirely sure. I keep forgetting who's playing at home, but Barcola 1.5 shots still is kind of low in my opinion. Obviously, it's not loading. There we go. I feel like it's a low line, considering you see he kind of averages 2.2 shots. The last game he had six. The only game he didn't have a shot was against Girona, which was the last Champions League matchup that they had. But I feel like this is a game. The reason, not just because of the names that I like this game, is because Arsenal and PSG, I feel like they tend to be more offensive teams. They kind of want to win. They come out to score. They're not the type of team like, for example, Manchester City, who's going to hold the ball, possession, kind of, dance around with the ball in their back line from between midfield and defenders. Both PSG and Arsenal are teams that, they're gonna put the ball in the feet of their best players like Saka, their wingers, Barcola, Colomani. They're gonna try to look for those players that are gonna create chances for them. So that's why I do like the over at 1.5 shots for Barcola here. And now I want to go ahead and look at specifically for the Arsenal game in PSG. So we see right here Declan Rice 45 passes, 45.5 passes attempted. And for some reason they're not loading as they should. So the line is 45.5. The only teams he didn't meet that against was Manchester City and Bolton. Against Atalanta, and obviously Finland is an international game. But Atalanta and Leicester City, he got over, although that was he barely got over against Atalanta, which was their Champions League game. But against Leicester City had 82. Again today against PSG, another one. This is one where I see Arsenal. I feel like they're very exciting to watch because they can kind of adapt to anyone's style. They can go up against Man City, kind of defend a bit more, play on the counter attack. They can go up against a team like PSG today and probably completely take the ball away from them, especially with midfielders like Odegaard and Partey. They're very confident in doing that. So I like the over on this one, especially Declan Rice being probably their main man in midfielder. Like, he is like irreplaceable there. You can't move him. He's their guy. So I like the over on 45.5 passes attempted. Although I feel like it's going to be a very tough line to get over. At times, I do feel that Arsenal will dominate possession of the ball a bit more, and I feel like they're gonna make it kind of a you know a mission to go out and kind of take the ball away or the game away from PSG. So I do like the over on 45.5 passes attempted. And then obviously another main man, someone that's irreplaceable for Arsenal. I talked about Partey, but the one I want to talk about is Saka right here. 2.5 shots is the line for him. As see against Leicester, they had 7. I know this one, like I said, is going to be a lot tougher. But I'm kind of want to take the under on this one. Like I said, I do feel like it's going to be like I said, very attractive game where the players go back and forth. Like I said, Barcola, I feel like I like the over on 1.5 shots for him, but I do like the under on Bukayo Saka for 2.5. Like I said, I feel like it'd be very back and forth, but without taking many shots, or shots on target, or even looking for crosses. Bukayo Saka, who pretty much could do it all: defend, run down the sidelines, make runs behind the defense, get the ball, cut in, take a shot, cut towards the outside, towards the goal line, and get a cross in. But I do like the under on this one, on 2.5 shots for him on the day. And the last one for Arsenal that I want to look at is William Saliba. 48.5 passes attempted right here is the line. As you see, he's been averaging a bit less over the last few games. As you see right here, today you're going to see 48.5 passes attempted for him is the line. In my opinion, it is a bit low, but the problem is I feel like I said, I think Arsenal might want to do the possession of the ball, take the ball away from PSG. Although something I have been noticing from Saliba, I feel like he's been touching the ball less, as you see from right here. I feel like I'm very used to seeing him with high. Last season, his lines were way higher. They were averaging like 70, 80 passes, sometimes even 90. But like the average was like somewhere from 70 to 80. As you see, this time he hasn't been getting too many. So 48.5 is the line. I'm kind of leaning on the under against Leicester City. Like I said, it's a different. I don't know if Arsenal's like getting a different style of play, although I don't get to see him every week. William Saliba is not touching the ball as much as he used to, and against Leicester, a team that who they are, clearly better than, he only got 60. So again today against PSG, I imagine he'll get less than that. So I like the under on 48.5 passes attempted for him on the day. Now let's go ahead and look into PSG. And again, hang on, guys. This is a long video, but at the end, probably be a nice video, nice long video to group up with other picks. Obviously baseball is in full swing right now. I'm about to start the playoffs with baseball. Football we're already in 4th week of baseball, which is exciting. I mean, football. Especially on like Thursday, Sundays. I'm trying to stay more consistent and putting videos out on those days because there's so many picks we can take between soccer, baseball, and football right now. But yeah, so 54.5 passes attempted for Hakimi. His line, you see, his line is more consistent with his stats. You see, the last time he didn't meet this one was against Lille, was only 54 passes, which is a good sign to take the over on this one. Although they are playing Arsenal, like I said, Arsenal is a very good team. 54.5. We obviously tempted to take the over. You see, the stats tell you to take the over, but the only problem here is I feel like, again, they're playing Arsenal. Like those games are a bit more unpredictable. But this is one I'm very 50-50 on. I feel like the line's gonna be very close. Again, the stats I would probably slightly take the over because the ball runs through Hakimi a lot. Like I said, not like Saliba nowadays from Arsenal. The ball tends to not get as many touches as he used to. Hakimi is a central part of PSG, so I am comfortable taking the over, and I'm comfortable, especially since he probably plays the whole game, being that he is such a key player. So I like the over on 54.5 passes attempted for him on the day. And now let's go ahead and look at another game one of the main games that I want to see. Obviously, Barcelona, Lamine Yamal, the young kid, you know, putting us all to shame with him at 17 years old, being Euro Cup winner, playing for Barcelona. But anyway, 3.5 shots is the line right here. And again, you guys, again, um, the line is 3.5. So last time he had over 3.5 was against Girona. Now the reason why I'm kind of slightly leaning on the over, the thing is, it's a problem that obviously the stats tell you not to do that. Um, because they are playing young boys, and young boys, I forgot the last game, but they got blown out in the last Champions League game. Uh, so I imagine like someone like young like Yamal kind of want to pad up your stats in a game like this, especially if Barcelona's playing well, or even if Barcelona is losing, you know. But I'm kind of slightly leaning on the over for Lamine Yamal on 3.5 shots on this one. Kind of like I said, you know, kind of someone to stat pad at the moment. 5 shots for Lewandowski. You see his line is way higher too. This one I'm comfortable taking the over. Like I said, super high line. 5 shots. You know, he can get 4 shots. You still win this one. So I like the under on Lewandowski on 5 shots right there. And then last but not least, the goalkeepers, which I didn't look at much. But Barcelona was playing against Young Boys. Oh well, we don't have it for him. Okay, so Barcelona, Iñaki Peña, 1.5 saves. It's a tough one. Again, these things keep changing. I don't know why. Is it not here? Okay, they keep rearranging the picks. I don't know. 1.5 saves. I'm tempted to take the over. I'm sorry, over because again, a Champions League game. Although Young Boys, if they do get blown out, I feel like Young Boys will try to do something. So I like the over, and it's a super low line. I see Young Boys, you know, maybe getting a good corner or shot or free kicks where they get a good 2 or 3 shots on target. So I like the over on 1.5 saves for him. And then for Arsenal, obviously, David Raya, one that I forgot to look at. Looks like they only have, you know, the combo ones. I thought they had the other ones, the single ones. But in this game, 6.5 saves is a line for combined between PSG and Arsenal. Um, I don't know. For some reason, I'm tempted to take the over. You know, I was gonna say under, but like it's the over. Like I said, being a game that I feel is gonna be back and forth. I feel like I said it's not gonna be too much of a possession game. I feel it's gonna be a game where teams are trying to attack. So I do like the over on 6.5 combo saves for PSG and Arsenal goalkeepers David Raya and Safonov. So with that, I leave you guys this video. I hope you guys like it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.